Hey, what's going on, everybody? Steve here, Raiken Profit. Welcome to another live green room show. We've got the Bonafide Hustler here. We got Jesse with Thrift School, and the title of the show is How 23-Year-Old Reseller Thrift School Makes a Full-Time Living on eBay and Amazon. Let me introduce Chris. What's going on, man? Tell everybody a little bit about who you are and what you do.
What's up, guys? I might be called the Bonafide Hustler on YouTube. Anyways, I am the Bonafide Hustler. My name is Chris. I'm in Austin, Texas. I've flipped stuff from garage sales, estate sales, flea markets, pawn shops, swap meets, big box stores. I put it on places like eBay, Amazon, Craigslist. My antique booth and consignment stores in town do it part-time. The other piece of my time goes to a private label project, gym stuff, and the Green Room University. Lots of fun. My partner here, Raiken, is also the other 2/3 of the Green Room University. And where's our third right now, Raiken?
He's actually on a cycling tour with a Green Room member in Japan. And if you guys aren't following the College Picker, follow him because his journey's crazy. His last video, he snuck into some abandoned warehouse. Did you see that video?
I didn't see the abandoned warehouse. I saw the one after that one for some reason. I'm not watching it in series, which sucks. I need to go in the sequence. But anyway, that's where our third admin of the Green Room University is. It is the second link down below. I think something like that in your channel. So let's talk about Jesse. This is our guest today, and Jesse from Thrift School. Thrift School, you've been around the YouTube space for quite a while now, but I think this is the first time you and I have met, and it's anticlimactic, but anyway. I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. All right. So who are you? What's your story, and how'd you get started reselling, man?
My name's Jesse. I'm at the YouTube channel Thrift School, also on Instagram at Thrift School. I've been going hard over there. I've been reselling for about 3 years right now, give or take. I've been making videos since the very first haul I ever did. So if you go back to my first video, you'll see my very first haul ever, which is pretty cool that I started right then and there. I left my job working for a company that sold on eBay and Amazon, and I said, you know what, I can do it. So I just started doing it myself. Eventually moved into my own place where I'm at right now. It's going good. Everything's going strong, going hard on eBay, Amazon, merch by Amazon I'm dabbling with, and of course, YouTube.
Cool. Where do you live, by the way?
Oh, I live in Connecticut, actually. I live pretty close to Mr. Steve Raiken over there. I live, less than an hour away from him, so it's pretty cool. So we meet up every once in a while.
Close enough to smell the wheatgrass shots?
Oh, yeah, I smell them all the time. They're stinky.
He actually met up with me and about 24 other people. I don't know if you saw the Connecticut meetup video we had, but I keep calling him Thrift School, which is his YouTube name. Jesse and I and Tim Fisk and the Valet Picker, we threw a Connecticut meetup. And what did you think about that, Jesse? Did you have fun?
Oh, yeah, it was good. We've done a few of them actually in the past. Never that huge of a turnout. We had a good amount of people there, and we were in and out of thrift stores a lot faster than I thought we would be.
Yeah, you have to direct traffic. If you ever hold a meetup with more than 20 people, you've got to get people because it's difficult to check out. But yeah, glad to have you here, Jesse. And one thing I want to mention is you recently were able to move out of your parents' place. You're 23 years old, so yeah. You did better than me, man. I didn't move out until I was probably 26? So
okay.
yeah, I mean, so you moved out of your place, you got your own new apartment, which you're living in now with your girlfriend, and you did that. You were able to do that because of the income from reselling, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I actually live by myself. I don't live with my girlfriend. She lives, now she lives at her house. She still lives with her parents. I live with my little dog here, Sophia. She's passed out on the couch right now. But I mean, it's pretty awesome. I like it. I did move out at 21. It didn't work out. I was working part-time. Now I'm able to afford, this place. It's a 2-bedroom apartment. 1 bedroom is my office space right here, which I love. And I'm able to put in more hours, have more space, a little more clarity than jamming everything into my bedroom and my living room. Living around my work sucked.
So you're the kind of person who likes to separate business from just life?
Is
that why that one room is all business?
Yeah, it's only business in here. That's all I ever use this room for. I never in here unless I'm doing work.
Okay, so if someone was to walk out of that room into the other parts of your apartment, it's clean and it's no one would ever know if you close the door that you run an eBay Amazon business.
Not at all. Actually, I have 2 boxes that I bought from Staples that are in my living room right now, but that's it. Everything else, it's spotless out there.
Cool, man. Well, Congratulations. So you being a young guy in your early 20s, what's the biggest challenge that when you transitioned into full-time, what was the hardest hurdle that you had to cross?
I mean, I guess the hardest hurdle, which is still a hard hurdle that I definitely haven't crossed yet, would be being consistent and actually putting in the time. A lot of times I slack. I'm sure a lot of people slack. I slack all the time. I'll sit down and play video games. I'll just hang out, and I won't sit down and get the work done until I realize, oh, my bank account's not looking so nice. My next payout on Amazon's looking a little low. So then I have to hustle really hard for 2 or 3 days straight to bring it back up.
Yeah.
If I were a little more consistent, maybe put in the same amount of time each day, I wouldn't have to kind of screw around with my schedule like that.
But that's good that you're transparent about that kind of stuff, because anyone that sits there and it's like, I'm the perfect reseller and I do everything perfect all the time, like, no way, no way. When you work for yourself, there's no one looking over your shoulder. There's no one telling you wake up at this time. So it's you against you. And if you want to play, wake up and play video games, then that's just a choice that you have to make. But it's also you have to live with the repercussions of the choice, right? Like you said, the bank account. And those are some of the things that a lot of people deal with. It could be as simple as watching too much YouTube videos, too much Facebook, right outside of your bed. You ever had that happen to you when you wake up and you get
Instantly.
on social media immediately, and next thing you know, you could have woken up but you've wasted an hour, or you wasted 30 minutes. Raiken, you're already smiling. What is going on, Raiken?
Yeah, man. I mean, I've fought that for a long time, and I've finally gotten that over control probably over the last year and a half. But there were times where, man, I'd sit in bed because who wakes up with like a bunch of energy? I've heard of people, but I'm usually groggy. The first hour in my day is just like try not to be a zombie anymore, right? Drinking water, trying to get going, get moving. But yeah, I mean, I've blown an hour, and that's a precious hour, that first hour of your day. That, I don't know, Jesse, have you noticed that, like, if you start off your first hour right, it's almost like it sets the tone for your day versus
100%. Yeah, 100%. If I roll over in bed and I hop on Instagram and I could swipe through that feed for an hour without realizing it. I'm just looking at crazy memes and stuff. I start going through people's Insta stories and it never ends. It really doesn't.
So out of all 7 days of the week, how many days do you get like, that's perfect, thrift school? Like, I want that to be my destiny. What is it, 50-50? Is it 3 out of the 7 days you're like, all right, I hit it hard? Is it
I would definitely say it's 50-50. It's probably about 4, I'd say 4 days. So a little over 50-50. I work pretty hard 4 days out of the week.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds like a rough life. So let's so let me go into the feed real quick. If you guys have a question for Jesse, let's go ahead and put it there. I'll try to read out a couple if I can. Also, if you're in the feed right now and you're enjoying the show, do us a favor, hit the like button. We have 35 right now with 200 people watching. I am not a rocket engineer, but I can figure out that there are a lot of people that haven't hit the like button. I know this, right?
I've learned one thing, and since we have a special guest on, and we had a meetup the other day, and Jesse's been killing it. If you guys aren't subscribed to Jesse over at Thrift School, go subscribe to him. The link is down in the description. But since we have a special guest on, I think we need to have a giveaway at the end of the show, and I'll figure out something really, really cool to give away. But how many likes do we have to get up to, Chris, to give away something really cool?
If it's really, really cool and it's going to cost us a lot of money, I would say 200.
I'm thinking maybe like an Amazon gift card or something. That's pretty cool.
Whoa, man.
That sounds cool.
We need to talk about these things before the show goes down, man. I'm just kidding. Yes.
I know. We do have to let the
card sounds
bookkeeper know.
Cool. Let's do that. We can do like a $10 one or a $20 one, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
Let's set the tone. Jesse, how many likes do we need to have to get a $20 Amazon gift card out to the public?
I'm liking 200 likes. If we have 200 people in here, right? 200 likes.
All right. I say hey, you got to have goals, right?
I got the big ones.
Got to have goals. So let's talk about now the advice you have for resellers in their early to mid-20s, all right, who may be wanting to go full-time like you did, okay, but they're having a hard time making the transition. Where was your complications before you went full-time? And now what do you tell the people that you've done it? What do you tell them?
All right. Well, I mean, to be honest, you got to probably stop picking up mugs and stuff like that. That's when I really started getting over that hurdle. You're picking up things that cost you 25 cents. And obviously when you start, you can't be spending all this money, but buying things that cost 25 cents to $1, odds are you're only going to be making a few bucks here and there. You're not going to be able to take that leap, and you have to get out of your comfort zone every once in a while, drop the big bucks. Maybe you don't build up that income and then end up buying one big thing to make that good money. And it took a while for me to actually feel comfortable to spend $20 on one item. It might not sound like a lot, but it takes a while. And I know you drop hundreds of dollars on bikes and hiking gear and all this outdoor stuff that I wouldn't even think about doing right now.
But that's because I'm the bona fide hustler, Jesse.
Oh.
I got you, man. Hey,
Oh, man.
okay, so let me ask you this. You were talking about the mugs, and you led with that example. So you're not an expert on mugs, yes or no?
I'm not an expert. I have sold them, and I actually started selling them because of YouTube videos.
Okay, so that was where I was going. So YouTube videos lead you to looking at mugs, but let's reverse real quick. Someone that's part-time, thinking about getting into full-time reselling, how much does reselling what you're absolutely passionate about count in that jump? And the second question is, what are you really passionate about when it comes to reselling? Like when you go to a thrift store, you're like, oh my God, like I just know what this is. Like you're on fire.
Yeah.
So what is it?
Well, to answer that, the thing I always look for first is video games. I know so much about them. I could just walk into a store. I don't even have to scan. I just flip, 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 flip. Okay, that one's worth some. Flip, 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 flip. And I'm able to do this even in GameStops and actual game stores and know what's on the racks that I can throw on Amazon, eBay, which is awesome. And I love doing that. And being passionate about what you're reselling helps because you don't mind doing the research. You don't mind sitting there for 6 hours looking through every single Wii game, every single Xbox game, every single Nintendo game because you're curious about it. Just like how somebody that's really into bikes, it doesn't mind looking at all the components and all the brands.
And you wake up and you play these things. So like,
I wake up and I play them.
Right?
I know them inside and out.
Dude, I'm the same way with clothing. Like there's, I was out thrifting with my buddy Tim today, and he's like, he was watching me, and he's like, I don't know how you do it, especially with books. He hates it, but I'm like curious. Like clothing, I like to go through the racks just because you don't know what the next thing is. And I've actually seen Jesse do it with the video games, and I've been very, very surprised. How have you learned what each game is worth and the value? Because it seems like with clothing, a lot of things they kind of stay the same. Like a Vineyard Vines is going to be good, typically. But, with video games, they become outdated. Some of them lose value. What tips do you have for the people watching to be able to learn more about video games and different titles and stuff?
There's this awesome website that I always try promoting the best I can. They even have an app, and I just recently downloaded the app, which is so nice because when I'm actually out at GameStops or things, I can look up the actual value. It's called Video Game Price Charting. VGPC is the app. And you can click on the console, the generation, anything, and sort from price high to low and just start clicking and looking. And in the app, it will actually show you the average Amazon selling price, the average eBay selling price, and the price it's selling for at GameStop. So if you can find some price discrepancies in there between GameStop and Amazon, GameStop and eBay, things like that, it's pretty much a no-brainer.
That is interesting. What I like about video games is you don't have to be an expert to even like crush it in video games. Like it's one of those things like a cartridge, a disc. It's not like a bike. Like a bike might need maintenance, it might need air in the tires, it might need a couple things. But like when you get a disc or a cartridge, I mean, essentially when you're putting it on Amazon or eBay, you're just saying, okay, does it come with the original insert? Does it have the graphic? Like the original this or that? Like certain like Zelda games came with a map. Like certain, you want to like disclose these things, but it doesn't take much on a video game to like rock it and just be perfect. Like you can make good money and be a complete novice and score awesome on video games. Same with Legos. Same with certain things. Like Legos don't break. Like you get a big pile of Legos, you're probably going to do pretty well when you sell it in the market.
I got a question. I want to test you. Would you pick or pass on this item? Let's just go right off the top. This is a little more challenging.
All right, I'm not that good. Let's see.
I walked into a Goodwill this afternoon, and there was a Super Mario 2, I think that is, for NES. New in the box, manual, everything. No,
okay, whoa, not in the box. No way.
Sorry, I missed.
Rewind. CIB.
Yes, complete in the box with everything, manual, everything. They were asking $20. Would you pick or pass?
Oh my God.
I pass.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd pick. I would.
Well, the sold listings were showing about 20 to 30, and the really nice ones are up at like 50 or 60. But most of them are around $30.
The price on these Mario games have definitely come down on the NES. A lot of NES games are actually starting to come down in price.
Why is that?
Because the generation of people that were buying all these games are just out of that range. The market's starting to come down. It's starting to equalize to where it was before that generation got old enough to have disposable income. I've noticed. And people that want these games already have them. You could buy that game specifically on the Nintendo Marketplace, like on the Wii U and the Nintendo Switch. So the value is just not there.
What do you think, Chris? Because I feel like Chris wants to disagree. And which is,
it's not that I want to disagree. I think there's two things going on. One is I feel as if the box was good and it had structure to the box, not a flattened box, because a lot of times you'll find flat boxes.
It was mint box.
Okay, if it's mint, then I'm going to rescue it. Yeah, I'm going to rescue it, and I'm going to treat it as an investment. One of those things I'll try to get 100% within a year. It's an investment grade thing to me.
Well,
like that's what I'm thinking in my head.
I could definitely see it. I mean, it will go up during Christmas time. All video games do. So you could buy it at 20 now, wait till November, and I can guarantee it's going to be worth 40.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it is.
That's like buying one share of a stock at 20 and going, all right, I think it's going to be worth 40 pretty confidently. You go in the stock market and try to get 100% on certain things. It gets kind of hard. Like, you should be happy with 8 to 12 usually on a market play, but it just depends. I just think that at 100% nearly guaranteed. And if the box was like near perfect, and it had the manual and the sleeve thing. I mean,
how many are on the market? How many are really on the market? Even if you held that for
decent amounts on eBay, but then it's the box. When the box is not crushed up and it's not flat and the ends are good, like, I mean, you're starting to talk a pretty decent product there,
All right. Yeah. All right. I didn't think about the investment side to it.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Chris, because I didn't really. Do you think about that, Chris? Every time you look at an item, or like with certain items, are you always looking at it from a investment standpoint, like every single time? Because I know you came from that background, with your previous life.
I'll give you a really good example. Yesterday, I got a bike in the mail because I ordered one. Right, it was $500, and it's one of those bikes. The last time I made this kind of a play, I spent $740 on a bike. It's a vintage 26-inch cruiser, or a vintage retro throwback cruiser, but it's a reissue. And that bike now, if you look on eBay on sold, like, you can't find it. It's so rare to find it. It's probably worth $1,300 or so. I played it as an investment grade BMX that I could ride around, have fun, and if I decide to flip it one day, I'm looking at $1,300 to $1,500. I bought one the other day for $500. It showed up my doorstep yesterday. I built it. I rode it today, and that one again is an investment grade BMX for myself that I will ride, and you guys will ride it when you come into town. But when it comes down to selling it, it'll be worth $7,000 to $1,000. So I look at certain things like that. But when I hustle, my primary, what's going on through my head is to sell the item. It's really not investment grade anything. But my primary mantra in my head is, if it's sitting on the shelf, it's costing you money. So it better be really worth it.
Definitely.
And that said, if you ever get bored and you're like, I can't go to thrift stores and the weather sucks, like, list things around your house. Everyone's got cool pairs of shoes and cool things that you might touch once a year for like a special occasion, right? List the damn thing on eBay, like put a really high buy it now kind of thing, and just see if someone wants it. Because I can tell you right now that I even got a message today on something that I have in my closet. It's sitting there and it's up in eBay for like $100. And some guy's like, will you take any less than this? Like, I really want this thing. But it's been sitting there. It's been replenishing every 7 days. I put it as, relist, and it's just something in my store. I think it's kind of fun. But anyway, so that's interesting. You say video games, Jesse. What other things get you going when you do garage sales or thrift stores or anything like that?
I mean, basically, really the basic things that everybody likes to see. A sealed board game that looks kind of obscure that you've never seen before. Just any sealed electronic. Just kind of that older stuff. I've actually found 2 sealed Sony VCRs that I flipped for a few $100. I found
nice.
Two sealed Sony CD players, a sealed Sony Walkman. I somehow find that stuff pretty regularly, and when I see something that I know is worth money, my heart starts going, and I start getting a little happy. I'm like, oh, nice. This is awesome. This is going to pay all my bills this week, and I don't have to worry about anything this week. And they're quick flips, and it's pretty basic. Everybody likes seeing that stuff, but to be honest, that's probably my favorite thing to see.
Okay, so that's interesting. Yeah, so you wake up, play video games, and that's like your thing. That's like your thing. That's pretty good, though.
Yeah, I mean, I do more than that. I do
know.
stuff
I'm just
outside and.
Who was that one guy? We had him on our YouTube channel once. He was like the funniest comedian YouTuber. I wish he never quit. He like cut off his thumb in like a YouTube video. What was his name?
Flipping Profits, right?
Yeah.
He had a video once, and he was like the best comedian in the reselling community. Like he was like, if he would have kept going, he would have blown up. He would have had more subscribers than all of us. There was one video. He's like, it's almost like a parody, but he's messing around. He's like, hey guys, he's like, I haven't worked in 3 weeks. And he just starts laughing. He's like, all I do is play video games. And it was the funniest thing in the world. Like, it was.
I do remember that. He plays Diablo is what it was.
Yeah, his Diablo.
Constant Diablo, yeah. There's a question for you, Jesse, from Retail Sales Launch. Says, hey, Does the GameStop packaging cause the value of the game to go down or up? How would you ship this item in a sleeve or your own kind of like CD case? Answer that.
All right. So what I kind of imagine the person saying, I actually have a perfect example sitting right here. So I have a game, GameStop. It has the GameStop sticker right there, has a GameStop sticker right there. So that's easy to take off. What I imagine you're talking about is the actual GameStop sleeve, where there's just
with like the
base
rid thing and like the graphic
yeah
thing, right? Yeah.
That you're gonna have to ship that in as acceptable if you're doing Amazon. If you don't have the case and the artwork, that affects the value in the sense that you're gonna have to basically just price the lowest. You're pricing against other people with disc only in that point in time.
Right, but you can price higher than people with disc only and scratches if it has no
Yeah,
scratches.
yeah, of course.
So it's a market. It's an efficient market, but you play it very well. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Do those GameStop? Okay, so like if you buy the thing at GameStop and it has the GameStop sleeve, can't you like kind of like open it, reverse fold it, take the fold out, close it up, and it's a gray thing, right? Can you do that? You can pull the insert out, right?
Yeah, you could. I would just pull the insert out and just ship it with the case the way it is.
Right,
yeah,
because the cases protect discs pretty well.
Oh, I don't ever ship my games in just the little cardboard sleeves that I see people do. I would never do that. No.
And then also on what he's holding up right there, if you have a heat gun or anything, a hairdryer, that'll take those stickers off in 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah. I actually just use a Scotty peeler. You just pull up a little corner, rip real fast. You actually don't want to peel these slow. They tend to leave a little bit of the paper behind. You just yank them like a Band-Aid and they come right off.
Dang, man. You had to say the Band-Aid thing. Now everyone's thinking like some weird bruises and stuff. Good. Hey, man, this is where the show starts going downhill. I knew he was going to do a Band-Aid joke, man. I knew it. And that was
it.
Hey, I've got a question. Can I jump in real quick in the
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I don't know if you already answered this because I had to walk away for a second, but how much do you pay per item typically for video games and different items you pick up? Is there an average cost that you pay?
I mean, everything's different, of course. For video games, most thrift stores around me charge about $3 to $4. That's the Goodwill price, really. Other stores I go to, they know, hey, Mario's worth more, so we're going to charge $7 or $10 or $12 or whatever. Clothing around me, same thing with Steve. We have about the same clothing prices. They're actually not that bad. So I could find clothing anywhere from $4 to $10 on average. When it comes to electronics, the thrift stores around me actually think that they're eBay when it comes to electronics a lot of times. And you'll find DVD players for $30, $40. Same thing with VCRs, $30. And, you know, they sit there, and I don't know what they do with them. Eventually, they're gone. Maybe somebody buys them. I don't know. But I don't really have an average buy price. I try to buy something for $5 and sell it for $20, you know, minimum.
Do you have a like a minimum profit that you look for? Maybe that's a better question.
Yeah, minimum profit. I mean, I don't know, if I'm buying a shirt, let's say for $5, I want to sell it for $25. Take out the fees and everything, I'm going to make probably just under $15 after shipping and everything. So that's kind of what I look for on Amazon. For eBay. For Amazon, I could buy something for $2 and sell it for $2. I have CDs right here that cost me $2, and they'll only sell for $2. But if the rank's good enough, I really don't mind because it takes seconds to throw it in a box and ship it to Amazon.
Okay, cool. All right, so there are a lot of people commenting in the feed, tons of stuff, and someone just asked like, "Where do you live?" So Connecticut,
man.
So, how does your family react to you going full time and reselling? I think a lot of new resellers face this, and it's like they're getting judged all the time from friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a real like career or job, right?
Oh yeah.
So how does your family kind of handle it when you started gravitating completely towards this profession?
Oh man, it sucked. It really did. I remember my grandma, which is weird because I don't know. I don't see her that often, but when I do see her, I remember her and my grandfather always telling me, "Oh, Subway's hiring. Oh, McDonald's is hiring." Every single time I go to their house, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, please stop it."
Even after you were doing what you were doing with reselling?
Yeah. Up until very recently, actually, I think they would still say that now. They always think it's sort of that mindset, and I don't put the blame on anybody, but it's that mindset. A lot of people think, okay, you have to go a 9 to 5, work your way up the ladder. You have to be at work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week to really make it anywhere, and that's not the way it is anymore, in my opinion. I feel like my mom was super supportive, though. That's somebody that is really into it. She loves it. She loves going thrifting with me, so it's nice to have that support. Yeah. Same thing with you, Steve. I got the same situation. Your mom's totally in it. my mom's totally into it.
Does your mom actually sell, or is she just going there kind of like picking up like glassware and stuff for the house and whatnot?
No, she doesn't sell, but her husband actually got into it. So he's been selling for a while now, and I actually was at Goodwill today or yesterday, and I ran into him. He was there. He's like, "Hey, how's it going?" It was at Red, White, and Blue. Yeah.
It's great to have like your family a part of it. You know, my dad, he's not into it. He has his own career, and my brother, and but I've made some really good friends locally from the YouTube channel that I get to meet up with, and I get to spend a lot of time with my mother. And you might even want to consider, dude, doing like, not across country, but go out of state with your mom and go thrifting and right off the hotels. It's a lot of fun. It's a good bonding experience.
Oh yeah, I mean, just so everyone knows, I am actually traveling to Arizona this summer, and I'm going to be thrifting along the way. Just want to throw that out there. Not with my mom, not with my mom, but with my girlfriend. We're going to Arizona, Texas, and I'm going to be thrifting Colorado, all those places.
When are you going through Texas?
It's going to be the 23rd is when I get there.
Wait, 23rd of what?
July.
Man, you didn't come earlier. You can go to the meetup, dude.
I know. The Green Room meetup is, what is that?
Redo your plans, man.
When is the meetup?
15th.
I can't be there that early. I'm actually leaving on the 13th.
I'm kicking him off the show, Bonafide.
He can't go there. His boss won't let him, Raiken.
Yeah,
He's got a boss. He was faking us the whole time.
Exactly.
So your girlfriend loves doing this stuff too? Am I kind of under the assumption? No? No?
She's not into it.
No way. Really?
Seriously, I've been trying to. She's actually starting to warm up to it a little bit because she sees the money, and I'm showing her how easy it is, and she has somebody right here that I do the listings for her half the time. I mean, I can do it. All she has to do is give me the stuff. I will help her, walk her through it, which is, if I had that in the beginning, I'd be all over it. But sometimes people just aren't into it, and it's no big deal.
You can make them into. So what's your favorite? What's the favorite thing she likes to eat? Let me ask you this question. It's a really awkward question, but what is her favorite food? What is her favorite food?
Mexican.
Okay, so this is what you do. You put a plate of Mexican food in the middle of your eBay room, all right? And you have a rope to the door, and you kind of lure her in there like, hey, there's Mexican food on the floor, on the plate.
Chipotle.
And then you close the door real fast, and then she stays in there for a month.
We're talking about his girlfriend. We're not talking about
that's how you do it. And then she stays in there, and then she starts processing everything, and then she starts learning the game. She's like, oh my God, I'm addicted. That's how you do it.
I don't know if that will work, but I can definitely give it a shot.
Yeah, and then the cops break down the door, and you're in a lot of trouble. So anyway, it was just a stupid joke. But anyway, a lot of ways, my girl's not really into it, but she works hard and stuff like that. But she does love the thrifty means kind of aspect of the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to show them a different way, which is like, hey, come with me. Maybe you can find some cool stuff for yourself. That's the angle that I do.
I've tried that. I've tried lots of things.
Yeah, so it's just one of those things. So let's talk about now your biggest motivator for sticking with reselling.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have done a lot of other things, but why stick with reselling?
Basically having my own time. I really like having my own time. I like doing things on my own schedule, and it sounds kind of conceited, I believe is what it would be, because I don't like doing anything that anybody tells me to do. I'm really bad at it, to be honest. I mean, little mini segue here. I actually didn't graduate high school. I dropped out, and I ended up deciding, you know what, I'm going to get my GED. So I did it on my own because I was like, cool, I choose what I do. So I chose it. I went and I got my GED. And then I was like, you know what, I'm going to go to college. So I went to college, and then I dropped out of college. I don't want to do that anymore. So being on a strict schedule just doesn't work for me. I just can't do it. And I realized that's how I am. Obviously, you can't live your life like that forever, but I realize that's how I am, and I can't be in a situation like that and actually expect myself to follow through with things. I don't. So I like having my own time, being my own boss, and living on my own terms, really.
That's good, man. That's good. So
I like that.
Yeah, man, you make your own rules, man.
Yeah.
And you can make and I want to say really quick, Chris, sorry to cut you off. We're living in a world now where you really can't live by your own terms. You can build your own world. Build your own schedule, man. Do what's best for you.
I kind of feel bad. I mean, I'm honestly doing a lot less than a lot of people I know my age are doing. They're busting their butts working these 9-to-5 jobs, and they're making a lot less than I am. It's kind of sucks when you're making minimum wage working at a Dunkin' Donuts or something, and whenever somebody asks you to hang out and they're like, I can't, I'm in work, I'm working a double today, I'm doing this, and they're tired on the weekend, they just want to stay home and watch TV. On the weekend, I'm going to parties, I'm going out, I'm doing things, I have energy.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah.
Do you get a lot of sleep at night, by the way?
I mean, I get an average amount, 6 to 8 hours.
Okay, just wondering.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Well, that is a struggle that a lot of there were
Yeah.
times where I got caught up in, I would allow myself to list until 2, 3 in the morning, and then I'd sleep in, and it's just a vicious cycle. You've got to build, like for me, and we've been talking behind the scenes, like it's a challenge to build your own schedule and design your own life, because we don't go through the school system. They don't teach us how to build our own schedule and control our own life and live by our own terms. Like they teach you to raise your hand and ask for permission, and what the person tells you to do, you do it. Like, is that like a challenge trying to figure out like when to go to sleep, when to wake up, like when to work? Like, have you like figured out certain times that you have to do things, or are you still kind of just winging it? Because I did that for a long time.
Yeah, I'm still winging it, and that's definitely something I want to stop doing in the future. I mean, right now it's working for me, so I'm going to keep doing it, to be completely honest. But it's something I don't want to do for a while, because I do wing it. I was up this morning at 7:45. I might be up tonight until 1 or 2 in the morning, and I might not wake up tomorrow till 11. So it can fluctuate that much, and I don't like that. I like being up early. I was able to go to the gym this morning, which I haven't done in a little while, but because I had those extra hours in the morning, man, I got my shipments done. I did a YouTube live stream. I went to the gym. Come 1 o'clock, I have nothing left to do. And it's 9 now, and you know what I did for the past 8 hours? Really just hung out, which
Played
that
video
doesn't sound
games.
good. Yeah, I mean, I did. I went out. I went thrifting, and
There's nothing wrong with that, man.
went on a mile-long dog walk, 2-mile-long dog walk. So it was nice.
That's good, man. Well, it sounds like you have some balance,
A little bit.
You're seeking more balance, but yeah,
100%.
It comes down to a schedule. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's dive into your business a little bit.
Yeah.
So what platforms do you currently sell on, and what does your time allocation kind of look like on each one?
Yeah. Okay. So I know it sounds like I don't work a lot, but I really do. I do Amazon, eBay, merch by Amazon, YouTube, of course, which isn't that so much. And I did Kindle for a little bit, but I don't work on that at all anymore. I get tiny little royalty payouts from that. But my top 3 right now are Amazon, eBay, and merch by Amazon.
No local selling whatsoever?
No local selling whatsoever.
Man, he's missing out, dude.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure.
Fun.
I put that on the outline for us because I wasn't sure if you like ever like do you go garage selling?
Yeah, I go garage selling.
You never come across like bikes or anything big that just wouldn't make sense to go, on eBay?
I do. I just don't. Living where I did live, this is the very first time I've actually had more space. So I have a whole basement that's empty. So I know I can actually put stuff in there to store, and I also have a shed out back, which is nice. But I've never had that before, so I never really learned about bikes. I know nothing about bikes. I know nothing about these bigger items. So maybe I will get into it. I'd actually like to diversify a little bit.
Hey, Jesse, we have 2 questions coming in. The same question back to back. People want to know. Brooke Barone, good to see you, Brooke, and Breit's Shop, who is an awesome fan of the channel. They want to know, do you list your items daily?
Do I list daily? I do. I can't remember the last day I haven't listed an item. It's been a while. I mean, at least one item, but I try to list, 5 to 10 items a day. And if I'm not listing on eBay, then I'm doing an Amazon shipment.
Do you list on your phone for eBay, or do you use your desktop in a point and shoot or something like that?
My phone. Everything's on my phone.
Yeah.
Pictures, listing, research, everything's on my phone.
I think it's crazy, and I know Chris, you don't. You do what you do, but I honestly think it's crazy that anyone doesn't use the phone, because it's such a seamless process on the phone. Like, it's just so easy. Like, you could just you just start and you're done. Like, you don't have to like pull the pictures off, and you don't have to do all these different things. I mean, maybe one day we'll convert Chris.
That'd be nice.
Never.
What are you on, an Android, bro?
No, I have an iPhone 7, like a badass phone. Dude.
I'm on an Android. I
want to know in the comments, guys. I want you to say right now, desktop or phone or tablet, whatever you use. I want to know how you guys are listing. Let's see what the audience thinks. Maybe some people are living in the 1990s like Chris still.
Yeah. Hey, 90s were good, man. 310 people watching right now. We have 163 upvotes. If we can get to 200, there's a $20 Amazon gift card we're going to give out to a random person out there. So hit the like button. I'm pretty sure we'll smoke right past 200 the second I said that.
Yeah.
But,
It's moving.
It's going to be moving very fast now. Oh, look at all these questions. Okay, so phone, desktop, both. Phone, desktop, iPhone. Lots of phones, man. Here's the thing about the phone that as I remembered when I did it, Raiken, okay, is that when it comes down to picture time, you upload a picture, then you have to go back and add another photo, go and take pictures.
Not anymore.
Can you do select?
You used to have an Android, didn't you?
No, I have an iPhone.
Because I used to have an Android, and it was a pain in the rear end because they used to have to go back and forth. But with the iPhone now, Chris, it's seamless. It's pretty cool the way it is now.
Yeah, I like having my pictures on hard drives and like cards and stuff, because when I do shows that are slideshow oriented, it's just so much easier to pop in like that kind of stuff.
Well, well, that's a good point right there.
My phone, like with irrelevant pictures. That way, when I want to find a picture that I want to like look at and stuff and show friends, now I have to sift through all this inventory pictures before I can get to real good pictures. You know, I don't know. It's just kind of the way I think. Yeah, it makes perfect sense because it's the best. Anyway, so we're at 200 likes already. Just so you know, like there we go. We have it. Oh, 199. Someone at the 200 mark just like pulled back. Anyway,
you will not win.
You will not win. Watch, it's gonna go smoking right past it. Okay,
we just got like 10 more dislikes. No, I'm just kidding.
That's all
no.
So let's talk about sourcing real quick. What are the main methods that you've used to find profitable items to resell? Is it the thrift store? Is it are you using BrickSeek? What are you using out there?
I use everything, but the main thing I use is thrift stores. That's my main place to go out and find things, definitely.
That's crazy, Raiken. You need to be going to more thrift stores, man. Thrift schools like just like annihilating Connecticut on a whole different level.
No, he's not even near me. He doesn't.
I'm not even near him.
He doesn't even come near my territory. There's a lot of thrift stores in Connecticut.
Who's got a better territory, you or Jesse?
Not me.
Probably,
not me.
Yeah. I mean, I think I live in a better area, but I don't really know your area that well, to be honest. You know, it just in the videos, it seems like your thrift stores are a little like, how do I say it, like politically correct? Just a little lower end, you know?
Ooh, he said it.
No, it just seems like they're like a little broken down. I'm not trying to be, you know.
No, that's fine. I mean, to be completely honest, guys, I have one thrift store within a 30-minute radius, I believe, within a 30-minute radius of my house.
You moved though. You're in a new place now.
I'm in a new place. Yeah.
I know your old place. I don't know your new.
Exactly. Yeah. So I have one. So the only other ones I can go to are actually in, the one that's closest is in a very bad area. It's not in a nice area, and but there's 3 in that one town. So I actually find that usually the bigger, more urban cities, more sprawling places, obviously have more places. And it's surprisingly, there used to be a Salvation Army here, went out of business. They're all going out of business in Connecticut.
So new to you, Connecticut says Jesse has better priced items and Raiken has more stores, is the way she said it, or he said it.
No, we have about the same priced items, I'd say, right, Steve?
Yeah, I mean, you saw, when you were at Savers, there was a Levi's pair of jeans for like $18. I mean, some stores are just crazy out of their mind, but like, most stores they're pretty evenly priced. You have your good and your bad stuff.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It's funny because you say, we talk about the hood and like hood stores, and I like think of the hood in Austin, Texas, and it's like a really fun place to be. Like it's actually like way cool.
Dude, we went to a pawn shop in the hood and you were like super scared. You're like, man.
No, I was like, this is the hood, and you're like, this is great. There's like all this gentrification around the hood, and it's just like it's pretty cool actually. But
yeah,
and when Raiken was there, we were there with Andrew, our green room member, on that one trip. I remember that. Okay, so now we're proceeding through this outline at a rapid pace, which is good because I want to smoke through this outline. Then we can actually get some questions done. We talked about your average day. So let's talk about the days. You know how you said you're on point like 4 days out of the week. Like you are just a rock. How do I say it? What was I going to say? Rock star. There we go. Okay. Yeah. You're not a rock. That would suck. That just doesn't move at all. But like you're a rock star. So like now you're something cool. So what does an average day on those days look like? You wake up. No video games? You're like, no, like I'm going to eat Cheerios and I'm going to list. Like, what are you going to do?
I actually never wake up and play video games right away. That's something I save for the middle of the day, usually whenever I need to take a break and de-stress and I don't feel like going outside. It's still cold out here. I mean, I'm actually very cold right now. My hands are a little red right now. It's probably 40 degrees or less outside. I think I have my window open. I don't know why.
Cheap reseller, man. Turn the freaking heat on.
Wait, hold on. When you're in the bed,
Yeah.
Do you have one leg up or not when you sleep?
One leg up? I have no idea what that.
No, one knee up. One knee up. You know what I'm talking about. Who sleeps with one knee up? I mean, that's a common thing. Trust me, it really is.
No.
Okay, so you don't get out of bed because everyone picks up their phone, right? Do you pick up your phone?
I actually, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Okay, do you check your eBay? You look at a little dial right there. Is that one of the things you looked at?
Yeah, usually the two first things I check are eBay and Amazon, see what sales came in.
Okay, while you slept, essentially.
While
right?
I slept, exactly.
Okay, and then that kind of tells you, like, I got to get this much shipping, find these many items, right?
Yeah, it lets me know how much time I have in the morning.
Okay, so on a productive, one of these 4-day kind of things, then you wake up, you do your morning routine, you eat breakfast, or do you fast? Like, what do you do?
No, usually I have to bring my dog out first thing in the morning. Every single morning she has to go out. So I live where there's no yard anymore. I used to have a big backyard. I'd put her on a little leash, she'd run out. Now I have to walk her across the street, down the sidewalk into this little area. So every morning, that's the first thing I do. Wakes me up because it's freaking freezing every morning, 35 degrees. I'm out there and I'm hustling. I'm usually wearing shorts. I'm wearing shorts right now. And, you know, that wakes me up, gets the blood going. I come inside and actually, I don't eat breakfast at home. I always go to Dunkin' Donuts, which is stupid.
They have some good breakfast though, man. Do you get the egg and cheese or?
Yeah, I just get an egg and cheese on an English muffin.
Oh, it is good.
It's like $3, and
that's great, man.
It saves me a lot of time because I hate cooking.
Get iced coffee with that too?
No, I don't drink caffeine at all.
Really?
Man,
yeah, I quit caffeine a couple years ago.
Oh my gosh.
A few years ago, probably 3-4 years ago, I quit caffeine.
Next time we hang out, I got this stuff called C4. I'll let you try it.
I probably done.
Anyway, you put it on well too. It'd be a really cool video. So then you eat something at Dunkin' Donuts. You come home, or do you go thrifting immediately? What do you do?
No, I come home and I bang out my orders. I always do package up all my orders first thing because I don't like having that hanging over my head all day. And if I don't have any orders, which happens all the time, I mean, not all the time, but it happens, and it sucks when that happens. But when that happens, that's when I actually just come in here. I have a huge pile of clothes. You can kind of see them, actually. I tried to get that out of frame, sort of. I don't know, I didn't. But I try to take a few photos. This is how I do my listings. I actually write down the measurements. I can't find the pad. I write down the measurements and the title and everything I'm going to use on a piece of paper, take all the photos, and I just bang through 10 pieces of clothing. They're not listed, though. I'll do my listings later on in the day when I'm watching Netflix or hanging out when I have downtime, so I'm not super burned out at once. And I find that I'm able to get more work done that way. And after that, I'm just kind of alternating between the living room and in here, taking pictures, hanging out, taking pictures, hanging out.
What time is it at this point now? At this point, like you said, I'm taking pictures, I'm hanging out. What time is that now? 11, 10?
Yeah, no, this is usually 11 to 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what happens at that point? You get hungry? Do you fix something at home? Do you eat lunch at home, or do you go somewhere and you buy more?
Most of the time I go out. I'll go to Subway, Chipotle, somewhere like that. I do make food at home. It's probably a 50-50 split on that also, just depending on what kind of mood I'm in. I like I said, I hate preparing food, so I'll do one or the other, and I'll probably hit up a thrift store since I have one in town. Maybe I'll hit up the Walmart, see if there's anything on clearance, things like that. Go to the post office, get all that done. I try to get all that done before 3. So come 3 o'clock, pretty much everything's done. Hopefully I already had been to the gym. If not, I'll try to go around that time before 5 when everybody's in there. Once 5 o'clock hits, if I'm by myself at home, I'm in here on a productive day. I'm in here listing and taking pictures until, it's 9 or 10 o'clock at night.
Okay, cool.
And it's a pretty basic
those, like, good days. Okay.
Yeah, I do that probably 3 to 4 days a week.
Okay, here's a question from Brooke. I'm on 1 day handling, business day shipping. I guess that's 1 day handling. So if I get a sale during the day, say today, how do I not get a late shipment on my eBay? Is it okay as long as it's done the next day at some point? Or are we looking at 24 hours exactly? Like if the sale comes in at 5, she's got to get that thing shipped off next day before 5. How does that work?
I'm on 3-day, which a lot of people tell me not to be on 3. Yeah, I'm on 3-day. I just am. A lot of people say that's why my sales aren't booming all the time.
Yeah.
But my sales are decent, and I do 3-day because a lot of times I'm not home. My girlfriend, she lives an hour away, just about. So sometimes I go there and I spend the night, and I'm not gonna be rushing back home because something sold overnight. That's just not gonna happen. And you know, there's times where I go to friends' houses. Like I work by my own means, sort of, but I have that small time constraint. But if I'm across the state or somewhere else, I'm not going to rush home to package one shirt that sold for $15. That's not worth it. So I do 3 days because I know I have enough time.
Yeah, I'm on 2 day right now, but 1 day actually on the algorithm is proven to rank you higher.
Yeah,
but then you have to be on
like
top of your stuff, like really, really good.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, so now let's talk about the changing markets on Amazon and how you adapted with the restrictions and ungating and competition. Is it kind of making you mad? Are you starting to do a little bit more eBay now, or?
Yeah, it's making me mad. It's making everybody mad. Nobody likes it. I hate when people say, "Oh, well, you know, just focus on something else. Just don't keep all your eggs in one basket. Start sourcing this, start sourcing that." It doesn't matter, because people that said, okay, you know, we can't do DVDs. DVDs are restricted. Let's focus on electronics. And then, oh, what? Sony and everything got restricted. Okay, let's focus on CDs. Now what got restricted? CDs. Okay, let's only focus on books. Textbooks are getting restricted. You can't say diversified, because you don't know. I mean, obviously diversified, but don't let that be make you not worry and make you not be kind of frightened about what could happen. You should always kind of try to be one step above it, which is hard to do, but that is why I went into eBay a little bit harder also. Now, it helps balance things out. I do find a lot of things that are restricted that once weren't 3 months ago.
Yep. New Frontier Business has a clarification on 1 day handling. You can't be top rated without 1 day handling. Is what it said.
That's why. Okay, so people have asked me, and I always say I don't know.
Are you guys top rated sellers?
No.
You are?
I think I'm TRS. I'm pretty
I'm not.
sure.
I'm not.
I'll check that. Raiken, ask him the next question. Actually, now I want to check this thing.
All right. Well, let me see. Okay, here we go. Where do you see your business going in the next few years? Hope you didn't already ask this.
No, I don't think so.
But where do you see your business going in the next few years? Obviously, you can't, predict. Things are changing so fast.
Course,
2 years ago, merch by Amazon didn't even exist. Like, there could be something completely new. But
yeah,
given what you're doing, is there any goals that you have in terms of like maybe where you want to be in a couple of years? I don't know if you want to talk about an income wise or a lifestyle wise or anything that. And there's no wrong answer, man. Whatever kind of what you believe in. I kind of want to hear your honest truth.
Yeah, of course. Okay. I mean, honestly, I'd like to be making a lot more money, so I don't have to worry about stuff all the time. I mean, I don't worry about stuff all the time, but I'd like to double.
Still in the back of your mind, like if you don't make your money, you still have to worry about the bills, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Build up a nest egg.
Yep. I mean, I want to do more than double in a couple of years. I'd like to double it in a year, but I do not. I can say this with 100% certainty. I do not see myself dealing with this much eBay stuff. I'm already stressed out by it. I don't like being this stressed out by it. I can see myself not doing it in 2 years. I'll still be doing eBay, but I won't be doing this much.
What stresses you out about all of it?
This pile of clothes right here, just looking at it, there's like 100 pieces of clothing there. It's stressful.
Just the stress of processing, picking, packing, listing.
I mean, just looking at it. I mean, I'm a one man operation here. A lot of people said, "Oh, hire help." I don't want to hire help. I don't need to hire. I really don't need to hire help.
It's a new set of challenges.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need that right now, but I would like to see myself obviously making a decent amount more money. I'd like to see myself working on YouTube more, to be honest. I know people are freaking out because the YouTube ads being brought down as well, but I would like to see myself working more towards YouTube, because you can make money essentially by going out and doing things and sharing your life and talking to people, and I like doing that.
What about merch by Amazon? Because I know we had a conversation the other day about that, and that kind of fits the your goal in terms of passive income, different things.
100%. Yeah, I keep telling myself I got to list more, and I list for 1 day and then I stop for a week. I don't know why. It's the easiest thing to do. I need to sit down and just do the shirt listings, make shirt designs. That's something I really want to focus on. I could see myself having 500 shirts, in a year or so. That's my tier right now.
That's a great tier.
Yeah. Come Amazon, I want to really ride it as long as I can, as long as they let us. I'm going to focus all of my energy right now into really buying all the CDs I can while I still can, buying all the books, buying everything, build up the money while I can. I mean, if it's here, take advantage of it. I actually didn't. Everybody, I guess, got an email saying, CDs are restricted, popular music, and how many they have to remove.
I never got it either.
I didn't get it. I didn't get it. So I know other people, they have a certain amount of CDs that they have to remove. I don't. And I have a lot in my inventory. Same thing with Nike. Same thing with other brands. I never got restricted in them for, I mean, knock on wood. I got some wood back here, but I don't want, I really, I don't want to get restricted in them. So I'm going to really ride it out as long as I can. It sounds a little gung-ho, but it's kind of the way it is right now. Nobody knows what's going on.
You know, it's a little crazy on Amazon. And, you know, Chris and I, we had discussed this, you know, what was it, a year ago, year and a half, and we were kind of talking about how, you know, a lot of people were going 100% into this retail arbitrage game, and we started to see like little signs of restrictions and stuff. And I know that you had started to pull back a bit. You know, this Amazon's unfolding slowly, but things are happening over there. What are your thoughts, Chris?
Well, you could see it like when I was doing FBA 2014, the winter of 2014, or actually I want to say my first FBA like fourth quarter was 2015. My second one was 2016. Oh, no, I take it back. My first one was, I've done 3 fourth quarters, I think. And in the first fourth quarter, I wished I like hit it harder, right? So the second fourth quarter that came around, I hit it hard and I did well. And I was like, that was awesome. But then I realized one thing, and that was in the span of 1 year, a lot of people had found out about FBA. Meaning erosion was one of those things that you had to kind of fit into the whole thing. Then you kind of got the hints of like, well, all these people are coming in. Now Amazon can't handle it with their warehouse space. They're building all these ancillary warehouses. And then now a shipment that might have got there in 5 days now takes 7 to 10 days, right? And they're rerouting all this stuff. So that kind of was like, oh, that's weird, you know? And then last fourth quarter, I really didn't play very much at all because now we had restrictions plus all the people that were in FBA combined. I mean, you're dealing with less stuff and the same amount of people. Does that make sense? Yeah. So now they're trying to find the stuff that they can sell, the unrestricted stuff, and you have that entire population looking for that unrestricted stuff. It gets hard. It gets hard. It was hard already when the stuff was barely restricted with all those people there. Now it's like just a different game. That said, there's so much traffic going to Amazon every year. A Green Rumor and I were having this conversation today about how it's got just so much traffic. It's got so much eyes on it. So there are other ways to make money, private label, wholesale. You know, private label being as simple as like what Stefan Polanos does with some of his stuff. He does like health and wellness stuff, right? Glutamine, I think, was one, or carnitine was one of his things. Like just simple stuff, you know, but it takes work. And it does, and even then, I couldn't say that it's super guaranteed that you'll end up in page 1 or page 2 with 3,000 bottles of carnitine behind you. Like it's tough. Like you don't, that's only kind of a temporary fix. You got to understand that is a big marketplace, and that's, I think truly the resellers are like the last thing that they're worried about at this point.
You know, I'd like to touch on that and say, you know, to what you're talking about, you know, there's only a couple real guarantees in life, you know, and in business, right? You know, one of the main guarantees is the market and the platforms that you sell on, and just the rules to the game, and the market in general. Really, it's going to change. It's always going to change. What are your thoughts on that? You know, with the changing market, you know, you mentioned, you know, kind of staying ahead of it, but how do you deal with it? Someone was asking the questions. How do you bounce back from, you know, challenges and rules that are changing on Amazon? How do you bounce back, man, when you get hit? Because you're going to get hit as a reseller, man, and you're going to get knocked down. How do you get back up again?
One of the most recent hits, actually, they're all sitting back there. I went to a consignment shop, taking Steve's advice, actually saying, go to consignment shops. Nobody goes to them. So I went to one. They had a bunch of Legos, all complete in box. So many boxes. I'm like, oh yeah, scanning, scanning, right? Okay, $150. Awesome, I'm set. I bought all these boxes, Legos. They're huge. I'm like, cool, I'm going to ship these out tomorrow. The very next day, Lego collectible got restricted. It's like, well, I just spent $150 and I have all these boxes back here that aren't going for anywhere near as much on eBay. And they're still sitting there because I got a deal, put them all together for eBay, double check all the pieces again. So that kind of sucks, right?
Dude, I'll just take them off your hands. $25, man.
Yeah. You could just try to flip them. I mean, it could be a $50 mistake. You could try to flip them locally for like $100, right? And a $50 mistake is nothing bad to be ashamed of either.
No, not at all.
In fact, like that could relieve your headache pretty quickly and be like, all right, now I'm back. At least I have $100 in my pocket instead. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. When something bad like that happens, yeah, try to get rid of it as fast as you can, because you don't want it sitting back here and always thinking about it when you see it. And also, now I know. Now I know, okay, I just won't look for Legos anymore. That's one less thing I have to look
What's
up.
your mindset, man? How are you dealing with that? You just drop that money. You're not going to see the money anytime soon, at least. Well, it sounds like it almost ended up in your death pile in a sense for a little.
Yeah.
You got to get it out of there, man. It's but
been there for a month.
What's your mindset, man? Like somebody makes a mistake, they get hit, they lose some money or, temporary defeat.
Yeah.
What's your mindset for how do you go back out to the thrift store again when you just spent $150 and you might not see it back quickly?
Yeah, I mean, it happens. It's honestly part of the business, and I've kind of come to realize that it's going to happen with a lot of items. I buy things, they end up being broken, they're past the return date, and it happens, and then you kind of just have to shrug it off because you know that next time you go out, you might find a sealed Sony CD player for $300 and you're going to freaking kill it, and you just have to think about the positives. Go out there and find that awesome item, and by sitting at home and sulking, you're never gonna come around. You have to realize, okay, I made a mistake. It's just a mistake. If you drop maybe $20,000 into a mistake, I don't have any advice for you. I'm sorry, you're kind of screwed. But if you
file bankruptcy, Jesse says.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But for these smaller mistakes, it's easy to come back from. You could come back from it the very next day if you just get back out there, find the next thing. Don't procrastinate. When you find it, that's guaranteed right when you have it. Get rid of it. List it. Ship it. Do anything. Don't wait till the next day. You're only guaranteed what is right there right now. Focus on right now. Don't think about, I'll list this next week. I'll worry about it next week. Nah, just get rid of it. Don't have death piles like me or like any other reseller. Just get rid of it. List it while you can.
Cool. Yeah. Good advice. 350 people watching right now. We got up to like 360 or 370 at one point. So contest time. Raiken, you gotta supervise this contest, and the winner must reach out to Raiken behind the scenes on Raiken Profit Facebook.
I got an idea.
What's the $20 gift card?
Okay, yeah, so we're giving away a $20 gift card for all the people only watching live. If you see this later on, unfortunately, the contest is going to be over. But we want to reward the people who come, they watch live, they interact, and we appreciate you guys. We really, really do. If it wasn't for you folks, we wouldn't have any channels and being able to help everybody. Chris is showing up. Let me
there it is, man. Our 100 amazing
right there.
Resell guide. Make sure you get that too.
Yep. If you go in the description, first link is 100 amazing items to resell. That's actually a book that we just updated it. It looks a lot nicer, and it's just a really, really nice PDF download. That'll share with you 100 amazing items to be on the lookout for that you can pick up to flip on eBay, Amazon, from thrift stores, garage sales, pawn shops. So check that out in the description. But yeah, we're going to give away a $20 gift card right now to Amazon. Essentially what we're going to do is just send it to your email. So the winner is going to have to reach out to support@greenroomuniversity.com. Is that the best email, Chris?
I think so. Yeah. That's
cool. So what we're going to do, guys, is we are going to have everybody in the comments section write Thrift School. Thrift School in the comment section. But if you win... channel. If you win, you have to do two things. Number one, you have to like this video to be entered. And number two, you have to go and subscribe to the Thrift School on YouTube. It's the second link in the description. So like the video right now, and then go in the description and subscribe.
Wait, how does someone win? I don't get it.
Right.
I'll check it live.
You got to give me a chance.
To see who the first person is?
Okay. No.
So the winner... Chris, the winner is going to have to type Thrift School into the comments, and the Bonafide Hustler is going to go through and he's going to count to 10 and just scroll and just pick whoever the mouse lands on, whoever is written Thrift School. There's 1 million thrift schools coming in, so you're going to have to be on your game. You're going to flip your mouse through, and whoever it lands on, that is going to be the winner, and they're going to reach out to support@greenroomuniversity.com.
Well, guys, I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Give it 30 seconds, man. Give some people a chance.
There's at least 15 mouse scrolls right now, so I'll have to count 15 and 15 back. I'll just figure it out.
Holy mackerel! People,
what I'm gonna do, Raiken, is you just tell me, dude, it's gonna go so fast. Just tell me when, okay? I'm gonna start scrolling right now, and you tell me when. I'm just gonna go randomly. You think when you want me to stop, and I will stop. You just have to think randomly. So
okay, I think Jesse should. I would really like, I get nervous sometimes, guys. I've got this nervousness going through my body right now that I don't like. I don't want to be put in control of who wins this.
You can keep saying Thrift School to be picked. I mean, you can
say it as many times as you want. What do they win, Jesse?
You said a $50 Amazon gift card, right?
We're not
$20,
friends anymore. $20. Oh man.
All right, let me know.
Awkward.
Type it as fast as you can, guys.
Amazon.
It's less than a minute away. Whenever Raiken says it, it's less than a minute away. Keep typing Thrift School. Keep going. Keep going. And this the one that when Raiken says go, I want to look at whatever I see on the screen. I'm not going to mess with the mouse. I'm just going to see who I see on the screen, and that's. I
would literally kill for a $20 Amazon gift card right now.
There's nothing to buy on Amazon. What do they have? Like 10 products for sale?
15. I thought.
So fast. Okay. All right.
Chris, this is like the moment that defines you in your life right now.
This is so fast. I'm like freaking out because I'm hoping I can see one of these names. They're going so fast.
You might want to screenshot it. I don't know. Is that a better option? Because it is moving quick.
Or you could just scroll up on the chat so it pauses, right?
Okay. What do you do? How do you pause it?
You just kind of scroll up on the chat. I do that on mine.
All right. Tell me when I'm gonna let the screenshot go.
Wait. Before you choose, Jesse. Yeah. Do you think you have what it takes to do this? I mean, yeah, you're 23, you sell on eBay, Amazon, you moved into your own place, but anyone could do that. This is tough right here. Do you think you have what it takes?
I mean, this is definitely one of the defining moments in my life, I'd say.
Does this feel like a TV show and they just keep you lingering?
I mean, I think I can do it. I think I can do
fast. Let me know when.
We'll have to tune into the next episode to see the winner. All right. How about let's stop.
Nose picker. I'm pretty sure that was it. I saw nose picker. That was the middle of the screen when I did the shot. Yeah.
That's the coolest name right there too.
Yeah, nose picker. Oh, the nose picker. That's funny.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, that's the one I saw. So nose picker wins.
Congrats to the nose picker. We got a lot of people in the house. Dude. I can't even shout people out because I've never seen YouTube chat moving that fast.
That was crazy fast.
Gotta break some records here.
So what does the nose picker win, guys?
$20 Amazon gift card.
Email us at support@greenroomuniversity.com. That's support@greenroomuniversity.com.
That was so fast.
What are you gonna buy, nose picker? What are you gonna buy? You gotta buy Steve's books. Are they on Amazon?
No, they're not on Amazon. I'd have to
go. I like how you're thinking there. You're thinking reinvest the money immediately into more education. That's interesting.
Or equipment or some poly bags or something.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure my scale that I used was under $20. My barcode scanner was under $20.
We got good people in the feed, man. Messenger's business says, "Hey, way to go, nose picker." Basically, that's pretty cool. That's nice of someone to say.
Yeah.
Someone said, "Here's a Kleenex." Okay. All right. So that pretty much does the show, Raiken, right?
Yeah, that's about it, guys. Again, if you didn't get, for the people who weren't able to win the gift card, we do have a free book in the description. It's called 100 Amazing Items to Resell. That's at greenroomuniversity.com/100 book. That's in the description.
Housekeeping thing too, man, by the way.
Yeah, jump into it, man.
Next week, my channel, there'll be an amazing show. We know this. This is going to be Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Time. Second thing I want to tell you guys about, if you're happening to come to the Green Room meetup, you have to be a Green Room member. But we are down to 10, maybe by now, 8 slots left on our hotel deal. That's right. We got a big request. I think it was 10 as of yesterday. I'm pretty sure it's 8 or 6 by now. But, that is a stellar deal for $139 a night for Friday and Saturday night. And the going rate for rooms in that part of town now is $157 to $189. So we have an exclusive Green Room deal with a hotel that's super awesome in town for July 14th and 15th of 2020.
How do people join the Green Room if they're interested?
Your link down below. I think it's the second or third, correct?
It's down there somewhere. If you go to greenroomuniversity.com, you can check it out. But
so check that out. And then the last thing, super high chance first week of June, I'm going to be doing a meetup in San Diego. So
really?
Yes.
That'd be cool.
Be a little SoCal meetup. Don't know how long, extensive it's going to be, but likely around a Monday or a Tuesday or something.
Probably won't be as good as the one that Jesse and I hosted, but it
won't be as good. It'll just be better. So
I was waiting.
Oh gosh. Anyways, but hey guys, thanks for being here on the show. It's really awesome, and show us Thrift School some support. Go subscribe to his channel, and that's pretty much it. I hope to see you guys at the Green Room meetup as well. And Thrift School, I think you should redo your plan so you can be there.
See what I can do.
But I think
I'll talk to his boss if I'll see what.
That's all. All right.
We out of here, guys.
Peace out. Thanks everybody for watching. Thrift School, thank you. Subscribe to him. Subscribe to the Bonafide Hustler on YouTube. And we'll see you guys next week on the Bonafide Hustlers YouTube channel. Peace.
See ya.